I will play the slideshow of the images. We will see each image for 2 seconds, and then we will start judging the category. Thank you to Nikon for sponsoring this category, and we're about to see the slideshow of the images. Thank you to Nikon again for sponsoring the portrait category in its entirety. And we are ready to rock and roll with our first image of newborn baby. Judges, for your scores, we have a final score of a 5, which is professional practice. Mark, do you have a comment for the entrant?
So the little girl's pose is very fierce. It's awesome. I think it's great. Just the hand pose on the left hand side is with the lens choice, just prolonging her fingers and making her hand as big as it needs to be. Also the placement of the just being a little bit more controlled as well.
Thank you for your comment there. We're going to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 4, which is competent. Lisa, do you have a comment for this?
This is a really cute little pose. It reminds me of that milk trunk moment, and the parents would absolutely love it. To elevate this to an award standard, I think we need to turn baby around a little bit more towards the light, or just so that we can see a bit more of those cheeks, because those baby cheeks in this particular pose are what makes it. And I know Dad is very delicately supporting Bub behind, but if we could just tuck his fingers a little further back, or as allowed in this category, utilise Photoshop, just so it's not that hint. But I'm sure the parents love this one.
Thank you for those comments. Next image. Thank you, judges. We have an image of, a score of 5 for this image, which is professional practice. Jazz, do you have a comment for the entrant with this?
Yeah, sure. This is a beautiful moment, and it's really well executed. Definitely professional practice. I think to elevate the image more, I think this image is like beautiful as it is, but I just think they're wanting a little bit more to come to the award range. Yeah, I think maybe less cropping in on the head, and yeah, I think that.
Mark's got something to add there, thanks.
Yeah. To give you your words.
Yeah.
Just bring the heads closer together. It creates a more intimate moment.
Thank you for your comments there, judges. We will go to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5, professional practice. Tony, do you have something you'd like to say to this image?
I think the baby's head is she's obviously been distracted to something off to the left, and I think that pulling her and us out of the image. I don't mind the connection with the dog. I think you can't ask dogs and babies to sort of get too close together for safety reasons and other things. And I think the feet on the free end, that one of the feet's kind of hidden in a bit more shadow. When you look at it from the front, there's definitely detail and all of that's there, but I just feel like one foot sticking up in the light and the other one being in the dark, just too much contrast between the two. It'd be nice if that was evened out a little bit, and just the light across the swaddling cloth and down the bottom, just sort of darken that off, just brings to the face, but just drop the head down just a fraction.
Thank you for your comments, everyone. Tony, sorry. We're going to, everyone. We're going to go to the next print. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 4, competent. David, would you like to speak to this print, please?
I mean, technically it's a little washed out. You could do it a little bit more detail. The lighting's quite straight over. We could probably do a bit more modelling, a bit more connection to the baby. The baby's sort of expressionless.
Thank you for your comment. Next print image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5, professional practice. Mark, do you have some comments to this image, please?
So with the baby pose, the head is a bit, the head is really elongated to come back a bit too much. I find that if the baby's head was lifted up a little bit, I understand that the cello, with it facing that way, it's got the neck of the cello and the baby's in the same direction. But I wonder if you flipped it the other way, or having the baby facing the other way so its head can be upright a little bit better and turn towards the camera, it might have just created a softer part. And then lighting the cello so you get the full around the back right hand side together like.
Thanks, Gary. I've done it again. I'm sorry. Mark. I'm so sorry.
You do it.
Gary disappeared and I was looking for him to switch you out. Sorry, it was on the brain.
I'm Gary.
I'll just call you all. Confuse everyone in live stream land. Thank you for your comments, Mark. We're going to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5. Professional practice. Lisa, do you have a comment for this image?
This is absolutely delightful. It's a study in less is more. I can feel the love between the dad, I'm assuming, and the baby. I can see the baby's newness. It's a unique way to show the baby's toes and everything like that. I don't think we need to see the eye or anything. Just for me, if we can just make sure those toenails are super sharp, less so than the whiskers, that might elevate it a little bit, and perhaps even the light darken. If we can just slightly vignette off the nappy side of the baby, that'll really bring that focus into that little moment of sniffing and nuzzling into their new baby toes.
Thank you for your comments. We'll move to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5, professional practice. Jasmine, do you have a comment for this image, please?
Yeah, I really love this concept. I think what we've brought up is just a little bit more attention to the contrast, like the highlights, and also the saturation of the colours. Just looked a little bit hot to me. But yeah, I loved the Big Brother, like a unique way of presenting them as a Big Brother shot.
Thank you. Thanks for your comment. Next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5, professional practice. Mark. Tony.
I think lighting in here, if you can, soften the light. It's an intimate type of portrait between mother and child. What we're seeing here is quite a strong contrast in light, so that doesn't complement it. I think there's almost it's quite dominating the picture and almost taking over from the baby. So the breast and the shoulder are quite strong, and there's a tonal problem with the baby's face compared to the rest of the image. And I don't know if that's saturation or something like that, but it's just those little technical things. Because congratulations to the photographer for having a subject that is comfortable to sit in front of the camera. You've seen quite a nice intimate moment. You just need to tidy it up to bring us to that intimacy.
Thank you for those comments. We'll have the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 4, a competent image. Jasmine, do you have a comment for this image?
Yeah, sure. I totally appreciate the IVF story, but I just feel like the way that it's been done just doesn't have that feeling of it being maybe it looks more like druggy rather than IVF, which sounds awful to say, but I just feel like that needs to be looked at, and also the colour, saturation on the baby's face, and yeah, I think those are the definite things that I would change to bring this image up.
Thank you. We'll move to the next image. Thank you. Consistent scoring there. Professional practice for this image at a 5. Lisa, do you have a comment for this image, please?
Yeah, the photographer's done a good job to make a slightly, what I think is a slightly older baby, not wrapped, look comfortable in mum's arms, because often babies are dissolved, if they're not wrapped up and they've just been held, they look a little bit gangly and not quite right. The dog even is sitting beautifully in pose, but there's a big disconnect, unfortunately. I know the mum would love this. They would be like, this is my 2 babies together, and the mum would be just stoked. But for an awards, there needs to be, the dog is clearly looking off to the left, maybe at the dad or whoever's holding its attention and telling it to sit. Its ear is slightly covering off the baby. So if we can get some kind of connection between. And again, just watch your highlights and your contrasts. There's a lot of reds in the shadows in this image, and then the highlights are quite blown out. So the mother's arm, which is not a key part of the image, is taking a lot of flash. And if we darken that down, we'll be looking at more of what you want us to look at. But yeah, well done. I bet you the mum loves that.
Thank you. We're going to have the next image. Dear apologies, Mark. We have a score of 5, professional practice. Lisa, thank you.
It's another beautiful family moment that the family will absolutely love. When doing this kind of, and I love the little boy, you've got his attention, he's holding on to mum. Just watch how mum is holding baby. Mum's holding on for dear life. She's gripping down that arm. She's squishing the baby's ear. Often when you get parents to hold, if you say to them, ballet hands, just relax their hands and then holding the baby, obviously still feeling very safe. I love the dads giving them a kiss, often with kisses as well. If you can say press a kiss rather than actually go in and smooch, so you're not squashing the noses. But it's really beautiful. They would love this. It's just really great professional practice.
Thank you, everyone. And this is the image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 6, which is a bronze image. Yep. So Tony's going to challenge this image at a bronze.
I'm giving this a 7. I had a 6 and I changed it, sorry guys. When it comes to newborn, maternity, babies and that sort of thing, I haven't seen this before, so if you ladies have, you should. You're a lady, but I just think...
Gary and a lady.
I've made your trip memorable.
I just think conceptually this is very, very good. Now, if I feel like perhaps the screen's not quite what it should be, because I feel like there's a little bit of a redness in it, but I'm putting that aside. It's a little bit hot, I'll give you that. So it's not a 10, it's not a 9. And the hands could be slightly better. It's not an adventurous pose, but when ladies get that big, and I'm assuming, because I've never been to that space, well, not because of the baby, when you look at that, that's what you're going to do. But conceptually, and the story behind it, and I love that look in her face of, like, there's a sense of pride without being over the top. Does she look a little bit nervous? Yes, so she should be. She's about to have a baby. A little bit of brightness here, hotness, but just conceptually, and just enough of the background to tell us what she really is proud about, that she's bringing a child into the world, First Nations. I just feel like conceptually I haven't seen this sort of thing done before. If you say you have, I'll stand corrected, but I haven't seen a lot of it particularly like this, and I feel like it's the best to see.
A silver award.
I mean, it has been done multiple times before. So that's why I didn't go any higher in the score. It is a bit hot, in terms of she's a bit bright and the background is a bit too dark. So if you went 10% both in either direction, it would just even up that playing field a bit. But in terms of the pose and image of the story, she looks fantastic. She's strong and she's powerful and proud. So, yeah.
I'll ask some questions and see how they...
Yeah, I wanted to really love this image, and I really think it's a beautiful image. I just feel like the execution was let down to me personally, but with the posing, I feel like just slightly more towards the camera, be a bit more like the shape of her belly. But I think the story is really strong. I just felt like the colour tone, like skin tone is hot and a little bit too bright. But yeah, I'm with it. I do agree that it has gone. It's hard to go beyond just your average maternity shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has a great expression. It's a proud, confident expression, and that goes well with the story. But I agree with Mark that the background needs to be about 10% or so lighter, or maybe a bit more. And she's just a bit hot. Pulled me down a bit. I gave it a 6, and I'd probably go to 7. I think it's a nice image. It's a very good image. I 7 to 6. It's a professional image.
I gave it a 5. I was probably a little bit harsh. As just a general feedback to entrants who are listening or in the room, there is a style that is very, very valid and very popular out there for processing that is very orange, red, warm, and some families do love it. When it comes to awards, particularly when it's digitally presented and the saturation gets souped up a little bit on screen, it's a bit too much. So when you're entering your award images, try to bring the colour tones back down slightly closer to a natural colour. Still be true to yourself, absolutely, but the tone that's very popular in some areas of family photography might not be as strong when entering these and other awards, just as a general note. I think she's got a beautiful, beautiful expression on her face. I have seen this concept done both with newborns and pregnancy a lot of times. The posing, again, like Jasmine says, the belly just needs to come round a little bit, and that far arm either needs to come away and be gone so that it's not crossing over and we're losing that beautiful gap between the breast and the belly that just gives you that beautiful shape. Or it just needs to come right back, and you almost don't even need to see the fingers there. But I'll come up a little bit. I think I was a little bit harsh because conceptually there's a lot of work. I really love the expression and the confidence you've got out of her. You've nailed that. So just posing and things like that, I think just don't want to go too far. But yeah, thank you for challenging.
Tony, you're right of reply.
Just on the orientation of the body and the belly, I worry that if you bring that belly further to camera, we start to lose the bulb shape and it becomes too flat. And if you do that, you also make it even harder for the hand. So the hand will have to stick out, then it's going to get in front of the sun and the flag in the background. So if we start tweaking it, it's going to bring up other issues. On the red tinge, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the photographer here. Within First Nations person, Indigenous Australia, that red tinge, if ever you're going to use it, that's probably the time to use it. So I'm kind of giving them points for that and say, you know, yeah, that suits this type of sunburnt country feel. And yeah, it's still a tad bright, but all those things said, for me, and I hear it in everyone's voice, that there's enough in this image for this to be worth a silver. I'm not begging for a silver, I'm saying it deserves a silver. It doesn't deserve a gold. But let's give it what we think it deserves, and we'll see where we end up. But I've obviously given it silver.
Tony, thank you for your challenge. You hold your score at a 7. Everyone else, please rescore the image. And we have a silver award. Congratulations to the entrant. Well challenged. That does now conclude our newborn for the family category of this year's Orloff Awards. So we are going to move on to pets and portraits. Does anyone need a break?
I'm going to have to go to my car in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. We can take a 2-minute break and we'll get ready for the next category and we'll be right back.
I'll race.
I am going to do some button clicks here and we will make our way to the commencement of the subcategory of portrait pets. Okay, are we ready, folks? Judges ready? Okay, first image in our portrait pets category. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 6, which is a bronze image. Mark, do you have something to say about this image?
Yeah, I find the pose of the cat quite awkward coming in from the side and the head turned. And then the bling is just overbearing in bling. And I just find that it's really discongruent.
Thank you for your comment. We're going to move to the next image. We have a score of 5. We have professional practice. Lisa, do you have a comment for this image?
Yeah, this one's almost there as far as its storytelling. What's letting it down is the bright, the legs of the chair the dog's on are different to the legs of the Ottomans, and there's not a lot of, they don't complement each other very well, they're even inferiors. And there's a lot of light around the outside of the chair. And then if those moves had something to do with dogs, something the dog's not on those 2 arms, that would just really cheese or doggy tails would be great.
Thank you for your comment there. Next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 6, which is a bronze. Yeah, Ben, please.
All right, yeah, so I think potentially deserves to go up to a silver. I've found this imaging very playful and so much personality and so much storytelling. They've managed to capture, you know, is it it's a bird, but it's got movement in the wings, like it's dancing, and even it's on its tippy toes, so it's sort of like, it gives a feeling that it's actually dancing. And the expression of the animal is in focus, and it feels kind of cheeky. So I really love the narrative. I even love the culture, yellow, how it just sort of like pops out. It feels kind of cartoony. And I think it's really original. It's not just a typical pet portrait. It's really original, and the narrative there, to me, really deserves to go on at least up to a 7, I feel like. Yeah.
The message is super powerful.
I'll give you up to 7 for all those reasons. I just want to add my interpretation to the story. I don't see this dancing. I see it looking around going, stuff you all, something like that. I just see such character in here. It just makes me laugh. I've got all the feels. It's definitely, and all the feels deserve silver.
Yeah, I was 7 too. I'm surprised it wasn't a 7. But anyway, I loved it for all the same reasons. I'm not going to repeat.
Yeah, like I'm happy to move up. I was just under that, so
Yeah, I'm not convinced. Look, I think, you know, bringing in a duck geese into the studio, putting it on a yellow stage is quite creative and fun to do, and then the duck, you know, flapped its wings, did something and created this pose. It's more like a lucky shot than anything else, but at the same time it's a lucky shot than anything else, so the photographer saw it and it was nice and sharp on the eyes and not in other areas, so yeah, good on you, Ben.
Ben, you're out of reply, please.
I respectfully disagree. I don't think there's any luck in here. I think it's very deliberate. You know, photographers decided to bring this animal in, chosen the background, chosen the lighting, and was there ready for the opportunity. So where preparation meets opportunity, I think it was very deliberate. I don't think it was an accident. And I feel there's so many possible stories. We can already have different interpretations, and that to me deserves to be an awarded image.
Thank you for your challenge, Ben. Hold your score at an 8. Everybody else rescore, please. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you for that, everyone. We now have a silver award at a 7. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 5. Professional practice. Lisa, do you have an image? A comment? It's nearly 5 o'clock, isn't it?
This is it's quite a beautiful humorous. You can see, you know, the big brother or the uncle's like, yeah, I'm into this, and the other two are like, whatever. But if we could just step back a little bit and include their feet, it would just complete the image really nicely. Beautifully taken.
Thank you for your comment, Lisa. Tony, if you're able to step on, I'll get Jasmine to have a break. And we will move to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a 7, a silver award. Is that a challenge or no? Would you like to comment? Yeah. Ben.
I was so happy when I got up and saw the right things in focus from far. I was like, yeah, this is it's a great image. It's definitely deserves a silver. To get it even, up even further, I think there's a bit of something wrong with the sky or the banding of the trees or something going on there that could be fixed. Maybe, the sheep in the background, are they adding value, are they not? Maybe that's still not sure, but to get it something further, I'll be looking at those kind of things.
Thank you for your comments. We're going to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a 6, a bronze image. Tony, would you have comment for this author, please?
Yeah, look, I think everything's been done well, as we say. The lighting is good, the detail in the cat's fur, etc. is handled well, the eyes are sharp, all of those things are working really well. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe with the cat, rather than coming from the right and giving us that blind space on the left, the body right behind it, with the face turned towards it, with more eye contact rather than looking off at a distance, because it's like we don't get invited to connect with the image. We can see it from here, but it disappears out the side. So it's technically really good, but it seems to lack that sort of emotional connection.
Thank you for those comments, Tony. We're going to move to the next print. We have a 7, a silver award. Congratulations. Tony's going to challenge this.
I gave this an 8. I think it's a little bit higher than a 7. It's interesting because I shouldn't compare, but there's a similarity between this and another image in terms of it comes out of the bottom right and to the left. Gosh, the attention to detail, the sharpness of this image, all the hair. It's a beautiful profile shot of that back dog. And then the front dog, the little one, is also sharp, and we have that kind of mirrored expression, the way they're both looking up at something. The ears, the whole gesture and attentiveness of the body is complementary to both dogs, that complement each other. The eyes match it. The detail in the hair is just exquisite. What would hold me from going higher would be just the front chest of the bigger dog at the back. It's just a little bit light. And outside of that, even though it's got a little bit of brightness, it's balanced a fair bit by the ring lighting that we've got, which is just exquisite. The way the detail on the hair, everything about it is just shows of a high level of technical craftsmanship by this woman and man who photographed it. And I feel like the compliment, putting both dogs in and getting both dogs right, I want to go from 7 and take it up to 8, which is where I'm going to now.
Thank you. Can we have a comment from Ben?
Yeah, okay. Look, I sort of, I didn't see what you see I'm listening to it and I can sort of open up to it. I can understand the challenges of photographing a dog, two dogs in that aspect. What sort of stopped me from going up was I feel like the crop is really tight up against that dog's nose, and I feel like it should almost be a landscape. I feel like it's very tight inside of there. I can imagine if you had some space and across to the dog's nose that way here, give a bit more of a story. I really want to know what they're looking at, or the connection between the two. I understand they look at the same colour tone, those kind of things, and the sharpness is, all that's beautiful. But the story there, it just felt like it was just dogs looking up to someone in the trees. It was lacking in that sort of department from the storytelling for me. But I'm listening to what you're saying and I'll take it on board. Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me, Tony. I think I was a bit harsh initially, and you're dead right about the sharpness through and the lighting being absolutely brilliant. For me, there is a little bit of a story. They're brothers. I'm assuming they're both in the same family, so they're brothers, even though not by blood. The big dog is the alpha dog. The little dog has little dog syndrome. Lifting his chin up, trying to be like, I am just as big as my big brother, and I am just as tough. Don't you mess with me. And then the big bro is just like, yeah, I'm the big bro. I see a bit of personality in this, which for me, I'm definitely from that.
Erica, do you have a comment?
I'm a little bit with Ben on this. I did score it a silver. I do believe it deserves an award. The cropping is a little bit tight, a little bit off for me. But in saying that, I do also agree with Tony. I love the story, love the lighting, love the sharpness, and they're just both so damn cute.
I'm with Lisa on the comical story of the little dog syndrome trying to be like the big dog, because the big dog's just looking, he's like literally 90-degree angle straight, and the little one's like, I'm big too, like I'm here. So for that reason, I scored it an 8.
This image scores 7, 8, silver.
Yeah, it's an interesting comment about I worry that if we open up to the left more, that the little dog becomes sort of incidental, not quite as prominent. So, and I like the fact we have 2 dogs at the moment because we're looking after another one, and when they are waiting for to be given a treat or something, this is what they do. They both sit and they both look and they mirror each other. They're almost identical. To replicate this in the studio, obviously there's tricks with food and treats, etc. But I can't get past, if you go and look at the detail of the fur, I mean, that is the best image I've seen today in terms of technical quality. That is exceptional, absolutely exceptional. I didn't give it a 10 or a 9, but I certainly think it's well and truly deserving of an 8. So we'll see where you guys go.
Thank you for your comments, and we'll get Tony to hold his score at an 8, and we will rejudge. And we have a 8, a Silver Plus award. Thank you for the challenge, Tony, and we will move to the next image. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 6, a bronze image. Ben, would you like to comment?
Okay. So speaking to the print, I love the humour in this image and how this dog seems to be whispering or talking or yelling at the other dog. It's great storytelling. I really enjoy the crop as well. How it's sort of like really simple and just very symmetrical and different personalities. I'm not sure if it's the same dog or 2 different dogs. But yeah, so I think taking it to the next level, maybe just some of the lighting is a little bit flat, maybe.
Got all scores. This image scores a 6, bronze award. Okay, who hasn't commented for a while? Oh, you all been taking good turns? Okay, I need a comment, guys.
Probably me.
Thank you, Erica.
Good job, Erica.
I'm going to call him a he. He's so cute. I thought he deserved a little bit more, but maybe I'm just biased because I particularly love squishy dogs like this, and the head tilt is really just yeah, my ovaries at the moment.
Okay. Erica, what can be done to improve the print? Your ovaries is another matter.
Actually, I think a slightly different crop would improve this even more. There's a little bit of extra room on the right, but I think could be shaved off a little bit more space down the bottom. I think would have just made it just that little bit stronger. Love the eye connection.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Okay. So folks, we fine balance between giving everything its due consideration and being efficient. So we're missing, oh sorry, thank you Erica. So this image scores a 6, bronze. And a comment please. Thank you Tony.
The top left is a little bright, so if you put it on the left hand side of the image a bit, it's a little bright. Probably strengthen this image by copying it square with the dogs more on the left of the frame. And the fact that its feet on the ground, it's jumping to catch a ball, and I think it kind of makes it look more static to have its feet on the ground. If its feet were off the ground, so a slightly different moment, just get the feet off the ground and we'll get more energy out of the image.
Excellento. Thank you. Next image. And who are we missing? Oh, sorry, Tony, we missed yours. If you have it, thank you. Okay. This image scores a 7, silver award, and we have a review. Thank you, Tony.
Okay, I gave this a gold. I think they're called tortoiseshell. I think they're called a tortoiseshell, this type of cat. Any cat
Or a moggy.
What a brilliant juxtaposition. The personalities of the cats come screaming through. You know, with the cat on the left, obviously staring straight at the camera, doing what it's told, saying, get it over here, blah, blah, blah. And the one on the right doing anything but, almost like nonchalant, I don't give a crap, licking its tongue and all of that. The simplicity and the symmetry of the image, the symmetry in this image, albeit the one on the right is breaking the symmetry. There's a beautiful balance, lovely background vignette, a complementary table which is simple but sort of holds it in place. And again, beautiful detail in the fur. It's just the quality of this capture, the quality of the editing is just exceptional. Lighting is stunning lighting. The attention to detail, and then we just got this quirky factor. What more do we want from a picture of 2 cats? I mean, this is just brilliant. I've given it a gold.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm after comments. Now, guys, with comments, not everybody needs to comment. It's the valued comments we don't need to repeat. So thank you, David.
I'm sort of there and sort of not. I mean, absolutely epically awesome image of the cat on the left. I mean, I've photographed cats and they're not easy, and
I get the juxtaposition and this is my annoying brother, and that type of thing. I get all that, but I don't know, I just don't. Maybe the eye roll would be better, but the mouth position just look awful. The lighting's nothing exceptional. It's just not box up. So also, it's not exceptional lighting. It's like commercial lighting. Remarkable. So, yeah, it's a silver image.
Great, thank you, David. Anyone else?
Without meeting, I feel like this is sort of, to me, it definitely deserves a silver, or even a silver plus potentially. For me to take it to gold, to me, like the lighting is very simple, very classic. You know, it just wasn't. It didn't hit the wow factor for me to go for gold. But the texture, the personalities come through. I hear all that stuff. I still feel like it's maybe a silver.
Sure, thank you. Erica, did you want to?
Sorry, something you don't see it. I actually think this photo would be so much stronger without the cat on the right. It's neither a here nor there expression. I have cats, I've owned them for years, and I know that in terms of getting a quirky expression from a cat, there is so much more that could be achieved than what we see here. There is also some pretty significant banding, which to me that automatically would disqualify it as a gold.
I love that the cat had a brain fart and absolutely, they're like, the left one is like poised, let's just be like super cool, and the other one's like completely. I'm at a silver plus and I'm gonna probably stay there.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
Okay, I'm going to acknowledge the banding. I didn't see it, so thank you for pointing it out. That's definitely something that should be corrected. I still like the quirkiness of the cat. I think the line is not as simple as it looks, because if it's that simple, we would have had more images of this quality, and we haven't. So for me, there's a modelling effect in this light. It's not whether it's the softbox they're using, or whether they're using shapes or whatever they're using to get this sort of lighting. It's not flat at all, and it's not harsh. It's perfect, perfect lighting, perfect detail in the fur. You know, I've given it a gold at 9. I still think it's worthy of an 8, but I am going to say, which I don't normally do, I do think the banding is an issue, and for that reason I'm going to actually do something I've never done and say I don't think it's worth a gold because of the banding, and I apologise to the photographer, but we are looking for the right answer. Having said that, I still believe strongly that it's deserving of an 8.
Thank you. Well discussed, everyone. We're rescoring. Tony is holding his score, and we're coming up with our reviewed scores. And one more, and the award and reward is an 8, a silver plus. Well done, judges. Okay, next image is. How are we going? Do we have a score? Yes, we're good. It's a 6, bronze award. You guys are great. That was so quick. Well done. A comment, please. Thank you, Erica.
This could have been even better, in my opinion, with just the third photo, removing the first 2. Love the slobber, love the teeth, love the nose and the tree.
Hang on a second. Okay, are we scoring this one? No, we aren't. We're moving on. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Tony. I don't know if we picked your score up. Oh, Erica. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong box. Thank you. Okay, this image scores a 5. And a comment, please, for our worthy. Thank you, Ben.
I really love the book's, you know, it's a little dog and it's about catnip, and you know, and it's got the dog pencil case, and you know, it feels it's quite a good story. Maybe he's researching how to, you know, kill a cat or something. I don't know.
Sure. What can be done to lift it up?
Well, make the cat fly with catnip or something like that. So yeah, I think it's you know, got the score it deserves. I think if it had more interesting lighting. And the background wasn't as lit, it was just more on the dog and the books and the story there. More little story would have got maybe an award then.
Sure. Thank you, Ben. Okay, next image is. Thank you. We got scores. We have a score. This is a 6, bronze award. Some feedback. Come on, you eager people. Jazz? Well, Erica, thank you.
There's almost a story here. The dog on the right, to me, is the jealous brother, and the one on the left. I feel like if there was an extra element of sass from the left dog,
Sass?
Yes, it would have had a better story. Also a little bit more cropping. There's just that line at the bottom where the couch is, that really doesn't need to be there. That could have
Cool.
been a little bit more.
Wonderful. Thank you, Erica. And the next image is. This image scores 7, silver award. And a flying comment from Jazz this time? Oops. Tony? Yeah, okay. I'm going to get you.
The middle of the torso and that is just a little bit bright, takes us away from the face.
Yep.
And when it first came around, you walk through it, and even now, first come around, you sort of look at it and you go, wow, great sort of gesture, body pose, there's so much going on. The face doesn't carry it, and it just needs, I don't know whether it's a different moment or what's happened, but you know, everything about the cat says it's a sort of jumping and pouncing, there's energy, but then the face is nonplussed.
Yeah, can I just make one quick question? The cat looks a bit scared, really. And the other thing was, what about the rest of the cat? Why have we just got three
How are we going? We have a score? We have a score. It is 5. And yeah, thanks, David.
I just find the lighting really flat, just in front. The dog should be in the centre of the chair. Look, Floyd, the photographer, for putting a set together, but when you put sets together, it's all he styles.
Thank you. Next image. And the score is 6. Bronze award. And a comment, please. From Jasmine. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, I think this is a beautiful portrait of a dog. The owners would be so stoked. Look, I don't know exactly how I would elevate it. I think it's great as it is. Maybe just needs to... My brain stopped working.
Thanks, Tony. Understood.
I agree with what Joe said. Beautiful portrait. I would be really tempted to do a square crop right in on the face.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
I mean, because those eyes are dynamite.
Aren't they?
Just get right in really close, cut out everything except the dog's face, and just give us no option but to stare straight into those eyes because you get lost in there.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tony. Okay, good job. Okay, here we go.
It's still beautiful.
Okay, this image scores a 6. Bronze award. And an appropriate comment, please. Nothing inappropriate, just appropriate. Thanks, Erica.
Look at all those personalities, they're so cute. But I think when photographing pets, get those collars off. They're just a distraction. They really don't need to be there.
Sure. Thank you. Healthy advice. And next image. How are we going, folks? Good, good, good. 6. And just image scores 5. Competent image. And a comment, please. Anyone? Thank you. Lisa, going into the dance. That's Lisa, isn't it?
It's a lovely shot of the dogs, and you've got great engagement from the two of them. I don't know what the owner is aiming for this image. I feel we could probably focusing on the 2 dogs and perhaps photoshopped out that lead and really nice strong image and moved a little bit so that that door to the left wasn't impinging, getting close to impinging on the other dog.
Thank you. Great, thank you, Lisa. And next image. Thank you, David. And this image scores a 5. Competent image. And we're going to the next image. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Don't mean to rush, but yes, please, comment, Tony. Yeah, thank you, mate. You spoke up.
There seems to be a resolution issue or something. It's not quite sharp. I'm not sure what it is. The body on the left is quite heavy and dark, and I think that's distracting. And the angle of the cat, while we light up the eyes, will also put too much white on the face. So just sort of a few little things could tidy it up. It's probably a bit tight for the cloth as well.
Thank you. So we have an image scored at 4. And Lisa, thank you. What can we offer to assist the photographer?
It's a great capture of this dog, and I feel perhaps you've caught it halfway between a smile and not smiling, and perhaps look at the choice of colour background, because that's making me look at the dog's tongue, which is not necessarily where I look, or look at the eyes or the ears or the fur. So, changing those might elevate the image further.
Thank you, Lisa. And we have the next image. And this image scores a 6. Review. Thank you, Lisa.
I'd like to obviously I'm seeing something different. It's probably the storytelling, the light. I just see this as the supreme garter. This is my boat, I've come in the boat, even though the tail is just up there in the background. We've even got a glimpse of the other eye of the dog. The dog has got a fierce look, the lower angle looking up is elevating that fierceness of the guard dog feel. The background adds to that Mediterranean style feel. Even if we aren't in the Mediterranean, we may be in Amanda or somewhere, I'm not sure. But I feel like this is a dog who, it's guarding boat of Venice, and it's guarding it with its life. So you don't come past me. It's sharp. I love the colour palette. I don't even mind the light to the left. I think it deserves a little bit more than a 6 stars.
So, David, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I go to a 6. I think you can best to go to a 7. I'd like to just see the expression. I'd like to have seen it looking back at the camera, or just slightly more sort of a little bit towards me. And just the treatment of the image.
Look, I enjoyed the series. I think everything about it
Sort of
speaks of fine art. Well, I mean,
liking this
very literal window.
Thank you.
I'm with you, Lisa. I gave it a 7, and I'm quite easy to go to an 8. I don't know about gold. The gold on the area on the back is brightness on the left does distract me a little bit. But that aside, we've got exquisite quality of print. I think the editing. So it's getting back tired.
Yeah.
The editing's really good, high level of editing. I love the colour in this. I don't even mind the redness of the boat. It adds a base to the image. There's a quality in the fur, it's all sharp. All of those areas are great. The expression on the dog is brilliant. The perspective that the camera the shot's been taken from, being lower looking up, I agree with you. So all of those things are very, very strong, and it gets a narrative across really quickly. So it's got impact, and that impact is very much in line with, it's easy to see what this picture is about. And the dog's personality comes screaming through, which is very much akin to this type of dog as well. So all of those things, the only thing that held me down was that goldness, and for that I probably was a bit stingy at 7, so I probably get 8.
Anything to add? Sorry, Erica, you're welcome to talk, but
Very quickly, look, yeah, I was probably being a bit mean. I definitely was held back because of just the very distracting light off to the left, and I felt like the lighting there was some kind of disconnect, like it had been shot much darker and then brought up in the shadows, and maybe just a touch too much for me to not believe that. But I love the expression of the dog, and I love, everything else about it. I just, for me it felt not quite right.
you can if you want to.
Oh, sorry. I'll agree.
Sure.
I will come up from my measly paw. I absolutely love his expression, her expression, and everything you said about that. But for me, it was all the other technical stuff that I can't get past, which is why I scored it at not an award level.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk too negatively about it.
No,
so I
that's
will come
fine.
up.
Okay, thank you, judges. And Lisa?
I think we've
Yeah.
pretty much said everything. We're most in agreement. The only thing I would add is looking in that dog's eyes, there is the perfect reflection of a city, like a state behind, which I think just adds a little extra element. Let's go a little higher than 6.
Sounds great. Thank you, judges. Image currently sits at a 6. Let's see if it will shift from there. So we've got new scores. Lisa's keeping hers at 9, which is good. The image now scores 8, a silver plus. Well done. Okay. Right, now